Hi, sister. Long time no see.
What? Anissa?
We haven't talked ever since you left home after you graduated high school. It's been almost 5 years, right?
Wow, I got a text from the person I least wanted to get a text from.
What? You're so mean. That's not something you should say to your adorable sister.
You're not adorable. Every time something happens, you make up these weird fantasies and start smirking to yourself. You even spread a rumor once that I was dating someone I didn't even like, right? My last 2 years of high school were a mess because you came along.
Huh? That doesn't make any sense. Besides, it's a bad habit to keep talking about what happened in the past.
You're right, I guess. It is in the past. Which means that my biological sister is now someone from my past that I stopped caring about 5 years ago.
What?
Bye.
Hey, hold on. You see, I texted you to tell you about my wedding. You might cry when you see the name of my fiancé on the invitation I sent you, though. You still have to come, though, because you're my sister after all. Hi, Alla. I didn't get your reply to my wedding invitation yet.
What? Oh, you said something about you getting married, right? I didn't get an invitation.
Huh?
Maybe you got the address wrong?
What? Your new address in End City was left to us by you as a note, and I'm pretty sure that's where I sent it.
I don't live in End City anymore. I moved 3 times over these past 5 years because of new jobs or relocation and stuff. Which means I no longer live in End City, which my company assigned me to at the beginning. I don't think the Postal Service is going to be able to deal with it, so the invitation you sent me will probably be returned.
Oh, I get it. I see through your lies, Alla.
Huh?
I see. I don't blame you. You don't want to come anymore because you found out who my fiancé was, right?
I told you I didn't get an invitation.
But you need to come to the wedding. You know his family's a very high-class family, right? I can't let him think that the sister of his wife, who's going to be a part of his family soon, is a vagabond who ran away from home 5 years ago, and is also so heartless and inconsiderate as to not come to her adorable sister's wedding. His mother's really strict, so I need to make a good impression. So you must come.
Even if you tell me all that, I don't even know who the groom is.
It's written on the invitation, right? Stop lying. I know you had a good look at it.
But I didn't even get an invitation.
Lies.
This conversation won't go anywhere if you keep saying I lied.
I see. So you're gonna pretend you didn't get it no matter what, huh?
I'm not pretending, though.
We can't seem to agree, so you don't need to reply to my invitation anymore. You're going to come to my wedding. You have to.
Then at least tell me the date and place. No matter what you say, it won't change the fact that it really didn't come. I don't know who the groom is, when the wedding will be, or where it's going to take place, so I won't be able to come even if I wanted to.
I'm telling you that it's written on the invitation. It's no use lying to me that you didn't get it. Read the invitation. Make sure to come to the wedding ceremony, and make sure to congratulate me and my fiancé with a smile on your face.
But I didn't get it.
You're getting annoying now. It's pathetic how you're trying to go through this lie. Bye.
Looks like you haven't changed in these 5 years.
Hi, sister. You're at the venue already, right?
By venue, do you mean wedding venue?
Of course.
I did arrive at the venue, but it's none of your business.
What are you talking about? Of course it's my business. It's my wedding.
Don't tell me you're going to tell me to do things on my wedding, are you?
What do you mean tell you to do things? You're here to ruin my wedding, right?
What?
It's so hilarious how you came to my wedding to take back your ex-boyfriend from me.
What? My ex-boyfriend?
But I'm not gonna let you have him.
What in the world are you talking about?
You're at the wedding venue in End City, right? That's what I wrote in the invitation after all.
What are you talking about? How many times do I have to tell you I never got an invitation?
And how many times do I have to tell you it's no use lying to me like that?
Hey, Anissa, could it be the case that today's your wedding?
Of course it is. You're at the wedding venue already, right? What are you trying to do asking me whether it's my wedding? But I have a surprise for you. That's not actually the wedding venue. You don't get it yet. The wedding invitation I sent you is a special one made for you specifically. I wrote a completely different wedding venue on just your invitation. It's an actual place, so there's a low risk that you find out. I mean, you actually did go, right? You're hilarious. Too bad you didn't get to steal your ex-boyfriend back.
Sorry to interrupt you while you seem to be having so much fun, but I just met with the groom earlier.
What?
We're going to a bridal fair that's being hosted at a wedding venue in the capital.
What? The capital? I wrote End City on your invitation.
I couldn't see it since it never came. The reason I came to the wedding venue is because I'm supposed to meet my boyfriend, who I'm going to marry, here for the bridal fair.
What? What do you mean a bridal fair? What are you talking about? But me and the groom are already at the wedding venue.
Oh my god, you still don't understand?
Understand what?
Your groom and my groom are two different people.
What?
I've told you this over and over, but I've never received your invitation, which means I don't know who your groom is or where the wedding venue is. I don't even know today was your wedding until now.
What are you talking about?
I couldn't ask mom and dad either since they have me blocked on their phones.
What? They blocked you?
Both mom and dad loved you more than me, right? I hated that house, so I left as soon as I graduated high school. After a while without texting them, I noticed that they had blocked me.
What? I thought that you left home and moved to a different town because you were in shock that I stole your boyfriend.
Huh? But I didn't even have a boyfriend in high school.
What? That's a lie. You were going out with Peter, right?
What? Peter?
I knew that you and Peter were a couple, so Peter comes from a very wealthy family, and I thought it was so unfair that he was your boyfriend, which is why I stole him.
Oh, Peter was the guy from the other class you thought was my boyfriend, right? The one you told everyone was my boyfriend?
What? I thought he was your boyfriend?
I only saw him at the student council meetings, though.
Yes, but you were always sitting next to him at those meetings, right? Whenever I took a peek at the room the meetings were being held, he would always be sitting next to you.
I don't know why you would watch those meetings, but I'll put that aside for now. We were supposed to sit in order of class at those meetings, so he would always sit next to me since he was from the class next door.
Huh? So that's why?
Those were the only times I would meet him during high school.
Then who in the world is your fiancé?
I guess I should tell you his name. My fiancé is Fyodor.
The vocal for the school's rock band?
Yes, that guy. He works from home, so he didn't hesitate coming with me every time I moved. It's been decided that I would be working at the company headquarters from now on, so we're going to get married because it seems that I'm finally going to be able to stay in one place.
No way. That's completely different too. Allah, cut my wedding right now.
What?
I told you before, right? Peter's family is a very high-class family. I can't be thought of as having a heartless and inconsiderate sister that won't come to my wedding.
But didn't you write a fake venue on just my wedding invitation?
I would have told them that I came up with a plan to make sure you didn't come to my wedding, since you would try and steal my groom who was also your ex-husband. I thought that they would approve of this.
I don't think so. And I'm not even his ex-girlfriend either.
But I thought that you were.
Sorry, but the bridal fair is about to start. It seems I was never actually invited in the first place. And it's strange how you've been texting me for so long, even though you're the bride of the wedding and should be really busy. Something must be happening over there. I don't want to get involved in whatever it is, and I don't intend on ever going back home either, since I already cut ties with you three.
Allah?
Well, that's it. Bye.
Hold on. This is gonna be a problem for me. Please come here, Allah. My dad isn't gonna get paid at this rate. I already bought a lot of things thinking Peter would share his money with me. Mom and Dad, too. They bought new bags and went on an overseas vacation and stuff. If I don't get married now, it's gonna be a big problem. So please come. All you have to do is pretend like we get along.
It seems Anis's wedding was canceled after all. Peter's family knew I was distant with my family, and they were going to decide what they would do with Anissa by seeing how they treated me once I came to the wedding. But on the day of the wedding, they found out that Anissa had sent me a wedding invitation with the wrong address. Not only that, but even after being told that I never got an invitation, she insisted that I was lying and didn't do anything about it. After seeing how cruel my sister was to me, they decided that the marriage between Peter and Anissa was going to be canceled. Thanks to Peter's family's kindness, Anissa and her parents were exempted from having to pay for the wedding ceremony. But it seems that both Anissa and her parents had been counting on Peter's money and splurged on a variety of expensive things. The three of them, now in huge debt, were taken away by some shady business, and no one has heard of them since.
Hey Shannon, it's been 5 years, right?
Who is this?
Huh? You know me, right? Stop joking around. We miraculously reunited today, didn't we?
What are you talking about? Please tell me your name, or I won't know what you're talking about.
Fine, I'll tell you. It's me, Tariq.
Huh?
Your ex-husband, Tariq?
How do you have my account information?
Seriously? You don't know yet? You came to the entrance ceremony at the kindergarten yesterday, right?
The entrance ceremony? Your child goes to the same kindergarten as mine?
Yep, she's my second child. It seems that my daughter is in a different class as your daughter, though. But it seems like a child of my wife's friend is in the same class as your child, so you must have exchanged contact information with her. She gave your contact information to my wife, which is how I got it.
Could you not hand out my contact information like that?
Calm down. I have no intention of getting back together with you or something. My wife knows I have your contact information, so there's no need to worry.
Your wife is Sarah, right? The woman you cheated on me with 5 years ago, which was the cause of our divorce and also an old friend of mine. It's obvious she finds the situation hilarious.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I think it's hilarious as well.
Don't contact me anymore.
What?
I guess it can't be helped if we see each other at the kindergarten, but I have no intention of being friendly with you two. Bye.
This gets more and more hilarious the more I think about it. If you, who is infertile, were at the kindergarten, then that must mean that you married someone who already had children.
Huh?
Even if you come to the entrance ceremony pretending to be a mother, it's not your actual child, so it's a bit funny thinking about it.
So you still think I'm infertile?
But you couldn't bear a child in the 3 years that we were together, right? Mom said that if a woman can't bear a child in 3 years, then she must be infertile.
But I never even gotten myself tested for infertility. It must have just been bad timing.
But the truth is that you couldn't have a child, which means that you're infertile. You knew this, and that's why you married a single father, right?
I'm my husband's first wife, and the child that was born between us is also his first child.
Stop being delusional.
I'm delusional?
Yeah, these are the sad fantasies of a woman who can't give birth. You really are strange.
Fine. Our children go to the same kindergarten, so we'll probably see each other again whether we want to or not. So I'll tell this to you now to prevent any misunderstandings in the future.
What is it?
I've already given birth to 3 children.
Huh?
My eldest son, who's 3 years old, the one who came to the entrance ceremony yesterday, and 2 twin daughters who were half a month ago.
Huh? You're infertile but have 3 children? That means your husband had 3 children with his previous wife, right? Stop making weird excuses. It's confusing.
I gave birth to all 3 of them.
But you're infertile and...
I told you that I gave birth after we divorced. Do you not understand that what I'm trying to say is that I'm not infertile?
Huh? You gave birth to them?
Yes, that's what I told you multiple times. Oh, and it's not like I underwent some sort of infertility treatment. I gave birth to them naturally.
Then why didn't you get pregnant in the 3 years you were married to me?
Why are you asking me that?
Tell me.
All I know is that there were no problems with my body. You think about what other possibilities there might have been. Goodbye.
Because of you, my wife took my children and went to her parents' house.
What? Don't get me involved in your fights, please.
I'm not involving you. This is your fault. I wanted to find out whether you had actually given birth to your son, so I dropped off and picked up my child to and from kindergarten as much as possible so I could have a chance to meet you.
Oh, you're talking about 10 days after the entrance ceremony, right? I was with my husband, right?
Yes, that husband. I tried to talk to you, but as I tried to approach, you suddenly appeared from behind your back. I thought I hadn't seen him before, and so I looked closely at his face, which is when I noticed that he was the executive director at my office.
Apparently, I only found out when he told me after we got married.
I know that he has a son the same age as my daughter. When I heard that his wife gave birth to twin daughters a few months ago, does that mean that what you were saying was true?
I see. So that's why you ran off without even talking to me, your face pale. I haven't seen you since, but I'm not complaining.
Something terrible has happened to me.
What?
I did a bit of research after that and found out that men being infertile is more common than I thought. I did a DNA test with my child. The result was, well, he was my child.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, but my wife found that I had done a DNA test behind her back, and she got furious at me for suspecting her of cheating.
Oh, and that's why she took your children and went to her parents' house. But I don't see how that has anything to do with me.
If you hadn't said anything strange, I would have never have done a DNA test.
Wouldn't this have never happened if you never bothered me in the first place?
Then why did you reply to my text?
Because you still insisted that I was infertile, and you even said that my husband was a single father or something. Don't you think it was only natural for me to get annoyed and correct you?
But you were supposed to be infertile.
You were just being delusional. If you have the time to complain to me like this, then why don't you make up with your wife instead? Bye.
This is so unfair. You're so much less attractive than me, but you're the wife of an executive director? And to think that he works at the same company as Tariq. To think that she would get married with someone even better than Tariq after he threw you away. I stole Tariq from you, only for you to find someone even better. Unfair! That's so unfair. I'm gonna steal this new husband of yours.
I can't do this anymore.
Huh?
My family's on the verge of collapse again.
Oh, you're talking about how Sarah tried to seduce my husband into going to a hotel together, right? I heard that Sarah was a newly hired part-time worker at you and my husband's client company. Apparently, my husband filed a complaint, so it's only a matter of time before she gets fired, though.
What is this? Ever since I met you at the kindergarten again, my life has been crumbling apart piece by piece.
You're making this my fault again? Is this a hobby of yours or something?
Why did you put your child into that kindergarten? Did you do it on purpose? You were jealous of me and Sarah, and
I don't have enough time on my hands for such stupid matters.
you're saying this is stupid?
Yes, no matter how you look at it.
What?
Why don't you calm down and think about this logically? It just happened to be the case that we enrolled our children in the same kindergarten. I didn't do anything to you. Do you understand that?
Uh-oh.
Which means that if you hadn't went out of your way to get my contact information just to annoy me, this never would have happened. Don't make me repeat myself over and over.
Shannon, I turned in my divorce papers earlier, so could you get divorced as well and get back together with me?
Huh?
Let's just give custody of our children to our current partners and give birth to children of our own. It seems that neither of us are infertile, so you were getting a bit old to give birth, but you can handle one more, right?
Jesus, will you seriously never leave me alone?
What?
It's been medically proven that too much stress makes it more difficult to have children.
What? What are you trying to say?
Don't you get it?
Huh?
You bothering me like this all the time is a huge source of stress. Your parents were the same when they were living with us.
My parents?
Yes, they were just like you. Every time I met them, the first thing they would say was, "Give us a grandchild." They would tell me this more than a dozen times each day, which almost drove me to insanity.
But they never said that to Sarah.
Of course they didn't.
What?
You have an older child, right? Sarah got pregnant with this child, which is also why you divorced me. They wouldn't tell her to give birth to a grandchild if she already did, would they? Judging by what you said earlier, it seems that Sarah got custody of the child, so if I were to marry you again, I would be thrust back into the same hell as before with them telling me to give them a grandchild over and over. Why would I do that?
Fine, I'll keep an eye on them and make sure they don't say that to you anymore.
But I have no intention of divorcing my husband, and I have no intention of letting go of my children either.
What? Really?
Why did you even think that I want to get back together with you in the first place? There's no chance no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, but if the two of us loved each other enough...
I lost my last ounce of love for you when I found out you cheated on me with Sarah.
What? Then what should I do now? I already got divorced.
I don't know.
Just open the front door, will you?
What?
I came to pick you up. I know that the executive director doesn't go to work on Mondays. This is our chance to make an escape without being bothered. Come on, I'm outside the backyard. I can come in if I break the window in the living room. Hold on. If I could just get a hold of you for a day, then you'll have no choice but to get divorced.
Are you an idiot?
Huh? Is that how you talk to your husband?
If the executive director doesn't go to work on Mondays, then he isn't at the office now, right?
Yeah, that's why...
Then doesn't that mean there's a high probability that he's currently at home? In fact, he is.
Huh?
Apparently he's going to tell the company about this.
No way.
We already called the police, by the way.
I hear sirens.
There's no use trying to run anymore. Goodbye. I didn't expect that he would try and break in our house and get caught by the police. Not long after that, Tyreek was fired from his job. We received an alimony from Tyreek and Sarah, and after that placed a restraining order on them. I haven't seen them since. Apparently, both of their families got involved in a fight over who would get custody of their children. Since neither of the parents were functioning adults, the grandparents of the children had to settle things for them. Each family would gain custody of one child, and they would be adopted by relatives. The relatives of both Tyreek and Sarah cut ties with their families. It seems the 6 of them, Tyreek, Sarah, and their 4 parents, all are currently unemployed. There are eyewitness accounts saying that they were living together under